Hello everyone, this is David Sweet, and I am doing a Last Dream World Unknown challenge run. And the challenge is on the forums to get 100% of the achievements as quickly as possible. And it's a challenge that started just a few hours ago, and the first person to complete this challenge and send their save file in gets $100, a tombstone, a character in World Unknown, and a few other things. I believe a statue in some sort of a Hall of Champions, and it all sounds very cool. And hopefully right now there's some people participating in the challenge. I know some people don't like achievements, but I'm one of those that the reason why I played Last Dream for so long was because of all the achievements and the fact that it's a very nice game to speedrun. There's a lot of different strategies, but for World Unknown I'm going to try to do this, get 100% achievements in 3 playthroughs. My first playthrough is going to be a continued party from Last Dream Part 1, and it's a strategy that I think most people are going to use to import a high-level party in order to get a lot of achievements done on the first playthrough, to really limit the number of playthroughs that you have to do. And I've leveled these guys up quite a bit using a weight and a butter knife on my left air directional stick, or my left direction button to run to the left, and an automatic button presser to keep hitting the action button. And so my guys were, and this is in the Well of Souls area where there's an infinite loop, and there was a post in the forum stating that that's what they did to level their guys up to 999. And I thought, well, that's a really good idea. I can just go to sleep and level all my guys up that way and import them. So that's what I did. In the first challenge, we are going to keep all our equipment and not scale any enemies. We're going to do, this is legendary, grind, and no saving in dungeons. So that way we get the ultimate challenge done, because that requires its own playthrough, and if you import the party this high level, it's not, it doesn't take hours and hours of leveling up. It's important to get fast item, because that allows the engineer to completely heal the party with their ability to double the item effect, and the fish that increases their MP and HP by 50%, and you can cast it first, which basically heals the whole party. So when one of the bosses uses an ability that reduces your hit points to 1 and you start panicking, just remember your engineer with fast item will get you every time. I did 4 run-throughs on Last Dream in order to get all the Callie's rings, and I'm going to equip a repel ring on my engineer just to keep the monsters away. In this run we're going to get it 4 saves or less, 10 hours or less, 25,000 steps or less, 4 saves or less. Did I already say that? I don't know. And level 250 or higher, and the ultimate challenge. So basically a lot of the really tough achievements all in one. And it doesn't have, I won't be getting too many treasures because the steps are the limiting factor here. Now I'll probably end up around 20 to 22,000 steps depending on how many times I mess up. So there is still plenty of room for error, and the time isn't really a factor. As you can see, this is on speed mode, so it's like auto fast forwarding. So if I hold the button down, it'll slow it down like this. But just to save some real life time, I'm having it fast forward. And you're wasting game time by doing that. But the game time doesn't really matter because it's only going to be about 4 hours, and we have 10 hours. Also, we're going to never escape from battle, and we're not going to stay at any ends. This frozen tower area is really cool. It's front and back, so when you exit this side, you're on the opposite side of the tower. And it's just a really neat dungeon idea. Battle of Wits, I forgot to equip it on my Black Mage. I'll do that after the battle. Ouch. Okay, that's not good. But he's low on hit points. This should be able to finish him off. Some of the battles, if you're not careful and you mess up like me forgetting to equip my most powerful skill, they have attacks that you cannot resist, and an attack like Confusion on your party that cannot be resisted could be very dangerous, with the monks attacking 10 times and basically wiping out anybody they attack. So just be careful not to, especially when you're on 4 saves or less, and you might have to go all the way back to a previous save. My second run playthrough is going to be on very easy. I'm going to use the Gray Mage, Hunter, White Mage, Knight, and the goal there is just to get all the class dungeons done with them. And then my third and final playthrough, hopefully, is on hard mode with Thief, Monk, Black Mage, and Engineer. I'm not going to save my game because we're only 10 minutes in. If I screw up, we'll just start over. And I don't care about saving all the citizens here. On Legendary, the soldiers go a lot faster anyway. It's a lot easier to do this on easy, very easy, where they're actually a lot slower walking. Plus, I haven't recruited anybody to help. I got the Thief. He'll just save me some steps. I don't know if he's necessary. I just like to get him. It saves me a battle. If you didn't know, there's 3 different ways to make this battle easier. One is you threaten the Thief in the beginning of the game like I did. 2, you can go to Necht, which you have to cross the ferry, and you talk to the soldier and convince him not to come fight. And the third is you have to beat all 4 of the Hunters Guild targets, and then one of the mercenaries there, I believe, will come help you. And what's interesting with the next soldier is you'll find him in a cave, and his soldier buddies, I guess, murdered him and left him for dead there because he was a goblin lover. And that's a nice touch to the game that, you know, a lot of people won't see, or they won't realize that's the soldier. And it's little touches like that that really make me love this game. The first game, I played. It's probably the longest RPG I've ever played. Not long lengthwise, but the amount of time I put in doing various challenge runs. Now, where's this other guy at? I was not paying attention. Okay, there we go. I managed to get 100% of the achievements in only 2 run-throughs, which is the minimum. And I don't believe anybody else has done that. And on this game, it would be nice to do it in 2, but it might have to be done in 3 because of every class has its own class challenge. For sure, if you're not importing a party. If you're importing a party, maybe I'll have to look at it, and once I complete the 100% in 3 playthroughs, I'll take a look at it. But I'm pretty sure 3 is the minimum on this game. Also, I've done some speed runs on legendary mode, and I did a no ability score raising mode using 4 engineers, where I basically chucked bombs at the bosses. I did that on normal mode, and I'm pretty sure it could be easily done on hard mode, but that might be the limit. Also, check out the other competition that was released. Today's the release of this game, and they just posted another competition, a speed run to the Tree of Life in Necht. So basically, you exit, you choose which dungeon you want to go through, and you try to get there in as little time as possible. So that'll be fun. And then we have all summer to see who has the best party and who gets the luckiest and what path is the best. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yep. That's okay. We have plenty of extra steps to work with. We don't have to be perfect. I did some game testing for this, but I've really only put maybe 20 hours into it. I haven't gone through all the dungeons or anything yet. And the dungeons in this game are certainly confusing. Some of the most complicated dungeons that I've seen in a game, and without a guide, there's some of them that I wouldn't want to attempt. Because even with a guide, they're kind of confusing. Now we're just going to pay this guy 50,000 gold. On the other 2 playthroughs, there's a couple of challenges associated with that, where you destroy Ronkar, or you go and join them and destroy the humans. So now we're just going to go to the World Council. And I haven't tested it yet, but I wonder if going to the World Council is necessary or not. I'm thinking maybe it is to activate the 3 demons, but I haven't tested it. For sure, you don't need to go to the 3 world leaders, and that'll save you a lot of steps. Just like in Last Stream 1, doing step challenges, you don't need to go talk to the quest givers most of the time. You just need to go do the quest. one little guy by himself, huh? Now, as a reward for winning the last dream very easy speed run, they allowed me to have a character right there, my mom. My mother passed away March 2015, and I put her in this game as a memorial to her, and she gives out a little side quest. If you talk to her, she says that she's sad that the youth don't play the arts anymore, and she asks you to go play something, and so you can go onto the piano. And it's a piece that I played for my senior recital, and my mom loves it. It's Notturno by WhiteGiantRPG. It's a very emotional piece, and I thought it was really cool that WhiteGiantRPG Studios put my mother in the game as a way for me to remember her, and as a way for other people to see her. And yeah, so that's really nice. She was a piano teacher since she was 13 years old, so for all of her adult life. And I took piano from her. Now I'm not doing anything with my music. I'm just a mailman, but my wife teaches violin. So music's still a big part of my life. Now our goal here is to just talk to the World Council, and then we'll go to the 3 dungeons and then make our way back. I like how there's different music in just about every area of the game. Oh, okay. Now the first area we're going to go to is the Sacred Tree. And in the game you can get a map, but luckily there's a strategy guide that's available and it's free. You can find it on Steam or at the WhiteGiantRPG website, and there's a map there too. I don't think I'd be able to get 100% of the achievements without that strategy guide, so thanks guys for making that. And it's almost 1,000 pages long, although a lot of that is the giant maps that are notated with every treasure and some of the optimal routes to go. Okay. In the early testing days, this area had some really unique music where the beginning part was a cat meowing really loudly, and some people complained that their cats did not like it, and so I guess the music was changed, and the fact that the music restarted every time you exited a battle didn't help either. Having an engineer really saves a lot of steps. It's important to get to 500 critical because now there are different levels of critical, and if you get to 500 you max out something around maybe 3.25 times the damage, maybe it's 3.5. Now the next part will be the spiral caves, but before we go to the spiral caves we're going to go grab the liquid explosives in the mines of Grimlar, which makes the spiral caves a lot easier. And the liquid explosives are in the 3 corners here. And this is why I'm doing this dungeon first, because the liquid explosives are right next to it. If you had to do the spiral caves without the liquid explosives, it would add probably a few thousand steps. And it's a really cool idea. I like how the creators of the game made many of the dungeons have multiple ways to beat. Like, you don't need the liquid explosives, but if you get it, it's a lot easier. So basically you're doing a side quest to make the game a little bit easier on a dungeon. And one of the other dungeons, the catacombs, if you gather enough gold, you can pay the guy to take you through this labyrinth rather than working it through yourself, because that labyrinth is totally insane. It's absolutely crazy if you could figure that out by yourself. Where do I want to park? Let's see, right there. And it's really cool they put that at the beginning of the stage in order to show you that you need to push those rocks over into the lava and then you can hop on them. And that is basically like a mini tutorial for this dungeon. Unless you have the liquid explosives, in which case you don't have to worry about such trivial matters and you can just run right to the finish. That way leads to the puzzle. Dungeon number 2 complete. And now we go to the catacombs. So we're just going to park right there and then walk down and just follow that trail. And they cut a nice trail for us out so we can see. You don't need to go inside. You just need to go around and into the catacombs. And hopefully you have 1,000,000 gold. Otherwise you're going to have a bad time, as Sans would say. Oop. Okay. 1,000,000. And we're here. And there's always a monster there for some reason. And this is the easiest dungeon if you have, if you're rich. Rich people just have it easier. This guy can confuse your whole party, and I almost wiped him once when my monks decided they were gonna massacre each other. Luckily, one of them survived. I wonder what that achievement is. Eidetic memory? Oops. There goes about 200 steps. But we're not trying to be perfect, we're just trying to be pretty good. I like to be around 10,000 steps when I reach the World Council. For the second time. And looks like we're doing pretty good. Now that the council gave you the writ of passage, you don't need to circle around through the tunnels anymore. And we are at 94, 93. So yeah, if you're going to go to the world leaders, talk to them, go do their dungeons, and then go back and talk to them again, that's a few thousand steps, and you'd probably be over the limit. So now we have another battle just like the one at court, where you have to save the citizens, and you can save here, but I'm not going to. Looks like we got there just in time to see him murder whatever citizen was standing here. That's what I call a death strike. They tried to remedy, but it didn't work. They should have probably used a resurrection elixir. Putting it on easy mode is important for speed runs, but you can only get the achievements when it's on hard mode. So whenever I do my very easy or hard mode run, then I'll get the achievements. When I'm not pressed for time, and when I can save, because you know I haven't saved. But the difference is on easy mode, it's you can pretty much ignore strategy. I mean, there's some strategy you still have to use, but you can pretty much run up to guys and start whacking on them. Although this dwarf by himself might be a little weak. And I'm not sure if going behind him does more damage or not, but I'm just going to assume it does. This one takes a little longer than the first battle. So the gist of it is, certain characters are weak against other characters, and the goal is to pit those characters against them and use your magic and your ranged weapons. And also your rogues are there to, they can do a lot of damage, but they can also rescue citizens. So if you want the achievement to save all the citizens, sometimes it might be necessary to use a rogue to rescue them, and then you can fight the person. Now I have access to the cannon. The best guys to shoot first, I think, is these guys. They're together. You can kill both of them and save both the citizens. Plus, they're on the roof, so it would take forever to reach them. Next, I'm going to start blasting these four guys down there. And the rogue finally reaches him, and he can backstab him to death. see, is everybody gone on that side? I think so. Okay, this side's clear. We did it. Well, I'm gonna save here. I'll save in slot 4. And that ends this episode. Sorry I wasn't talking much. I was just trying to get through the battle. So I will end the video here, and I'll see you next time. And I should only have one more video for this run through, and we'll pick up right where we left off. Thanks for watching.